Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from Radio 1.
Trying to figure out how the old can blend with the new. Now more than ever, we look to the past for ancient remedies to kind of sort out our modern day problems. But are we going overboard? Is there a beautiful blend we can kind of mix? Is there a balance between the two? Well, that's what we're discussing this morning on the show. My name is Kay, and usually, when we discuss health, when we discuss modern day, remedies and things like that, we kind of have seen a massive shift from people's mentality, especially in a time of COVID-19, where people are like, hey, listen, my grandmother said that this remedy will work. This will keep your immunity up. We're seeing that now more than ever before. And particularly so, we're seeing it in younger folk, which was a very rare thing in the past. Before, it would be a thing that only, say, for example, senior citizens or, baby boomers, for example, would look at. But now, things are changing slowly. You're seeing the young people who want to take towards, say, something like a Gilroy powder, right? And that's like, is it an immunity booster or not? Well, to be fair, we go back to our roots so much that sometimes we forget that maybe there can be a beautiful balance of both in a time like this. To actually help me understand this space, to actually help me break down whether or not this is just a fad that will pass or not, I've got a wonderful person who's going to be joining me on the other side. Heena, good to see you. How are you? All okay?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. We're trying to figure out, Heena, of course, being a Chennai girl yourself, you're not too far away from Bangalore. Like how we just started this conversation, this connection between Chennai and Bangalore is so beautiful. But the reason I kind of wanted to have you on the show this morning is because personally, I've been doing a bunch of research, and I think all of us are guilty, right? Especially in COVID-19 times, of looking for ancient remedies, for kadas, for things to boost immunity. Like everyone has done it, right? And more than that, it's
absolutely.
more of we've realized that, our ancestors had the best life and they were so healthy and things like that. But, we have been lost and things like that. So
Right.
why are we seeing this trend, Heena, number one? And, why is this trend picking up more in younger folk in today's day and age?
Right. See, I feel that COVID has made everybody take their health very seriously because it just was rampant across. Like your near and dear ones would have COVID. Earlier when the first wave started, it was more like somebody whom you knew had it.
I had
But
COVID,
by
by
the
the way.
time second, oh, I hope you all okay
I'm
after
all
that.
good now. You didn't have COVID, right? Please tell me no.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Good for you.
Thankfully, I
Okay, cool.
didn't.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry, please
So
continue what you
yeah,
were saying.
no. So what I was getting to is that by the time the first wave ended and the second wave started, your near and dear ones, people in and around you started getting it. So people started saying that okay, we cannot take our health for granted. Let's take it seriously, and that's when these remedies kicked in. I mean, most of the people would have grandma's recipe given in, but the accessibility wouldn't be there. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's where we kind of kicked in. So we wanted people to get the best of it door to door.
Heena, setting up something like Yuva Soul, tell us about what you do, number one. And the reason that I'm asking is because this fits into beautifully what we're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we basically have two verticals. One is we give you the ancient grandma's recipes, the various karas, which are easy for you. We make the blends ready and we give it to you. So all you have to do is just mix it with hot water and consume it. And second, we have herbal teas. So as you said, when people are getting more health conscious, again, caffeine is one of the things which goes in your system and screws up your health. I mean, all of us are coffee addicts, aren't we? Or tea addicts. So, when you want to cut down on that, we do have a very beautiful solution for it.
Nice.
Which are our herbal teas.
So, Heena, just from your experience, we lead a much more sedentary lifestyle now more than ever, like especially with the whole work from home coming in. A lot of people sit at home, and then it's very easy to make a cup of coffee, to have a pot of coffee just there, and then you're constantly just grabbing and refilling and things like that. This was also a trend actually while you were working. You know what I mean? Like, because there's a coffee machine, it's an unlimited coffee machine. We're like, hey, why not? And we're just kind of getting that in. Have you personally seen a change in that trend a lot, especially over the last few years?
See, coffee has always been like, with all the work stress around, you needed something to kick in to, get you going. But it was at the cost of your health. I mean, somehow I think people started realizing enough is enough. let's start doing something which is more healthier. And
So what are
you
some
just
of
have
the
to look for
alternatives? Let's say
alternatives.
someone like me who's trying to quit coffee. Like, what would be some of
Right.
my alternatives?
So see, like what we can offer over here right now is we give you a lot of herbal blends again, which are not just flavorful but healthy. Something like we have something called tulsi based or hibiscus based. So which are very flavorful and they have their own benefits all put together.
Okay.
So I mean, you can probably, I mean, I don't want to get in the detail of all the products that we have,
Yeah.
but all these things ultimately get you off the caffeine very easily.
Is coffee bad for me? Let's be honest. Like,
To be honest, 1 or 2 cups is okay. But if you're having more than that, you're kind of screwing up your health.
right.
Why? Why
So
do you do that? That's too much of caffeine that's going inside you.
I'll tell you something crazy, okay? For many years, for me personally, I was a massive coffee addict. I loved my coffee. And it would be so much so that sometimes I would end up with 7 cups a day and stuff like that, which was,
Wow.
yeah, that's a lot, right? So,
That's a lot, absolutely.
so I spoke to this, I had this person on the show once where he was breaking down why coffee is not good for you in excess. And he said that, say you having, and he said exactly what you did, which is you have 1 cup, 2 cups, it's fine. I personally do not have a cup of coffee after 2 p.m. in the afternoon
Okay.
because caffeine stays in your system for that long, right?
For very
So
long.
I personally don't have a cup of coffee. Like I have 1 cup of coffee in the morning now, max it's 1.5, 2. And then I stop and I don't even take milk or sugar with my coffee. It's just black, and I probably, my last cup is definitely before 2 p.m. regardless of where I am.
Which is good.
Yeah.
True. But see, not many people are able to control that, right? I mean, you need that 4 p.m. coffee or probably like a 6 p.m. You need that something that goes inside your system.
Especially when you are South Indians like us. You know what I mean? I mean, South Indians can't live with their coffee, live without their coffee. You know what I mean? We can't. It's not possible.
Yes, yeah. But then again, 1 or 2 cups are harmless. There's nothing wrong with that. But try to control it there.
Heena, I'd love to know your journey with Yuva Soul. What happened that made you kind of start this? How long has it been? What is that mental thing that happened that made you say that, Arey, I'm going into this route?
Oh, it was a very, very personal experience. I mean, something to do with my kid. So, he used to fall sick very often with regular cold and cough. And, he was too much into sports. And falling sick was kind of putting him behind. It is only when we started with certain ancient remedies that we are talking over here, which were prescribed by certain well-known people, is I started seeing the difference. And that is what led me to this path. That's when I realized that, okay, nature has given us such abundance, so much in abundance. Why don't we make use of it? I mean, most of the people know that this is good for you, but because of lack of accessibility or because of the tediousness of the job, they kind of refrain from it. So what we do is we make our blend and give you ready, and then make it easy for you to use, and make the most of the stuff that's available to you.
Awesome. And how long has it been with Yuva Soul? How long has it been?
The work that has gone into Yuva Soul has been long. It's been a tedious process of over 3 years, but we've come into play about a year ago.
Wow. Okay. So it's like 3 years of research and setting things up and getting the ball rolling, and then so been around for 1 year out of those 3 years.
Yeah, because these special blends require research. I mean, ultimately something you're consuming, and you need to make sure that it's equal. I mean, it's beneficial for all. So we needed to have that research going on.
Heena, I'd love to ask you before I let you go, for people who are non-believers, especially in this kind of like space, you know what I mean?
Right.
And are people who are taking a lot of stress, what would be your little message to them?
Don't stress out. Life is too short. Make the most of it. I mean, life is there to enjoy. So there are a lot of things that are not in your hands. So don't bother about them and make the most of it and live a healthy lifestyle. I mean, what goes in ultimately is how it reflects on your outer thing as well. So make sure what is going inside your mouth is, you proportionate it. Of course, we all need to have our cheat days, but make sure that it's proportionate what's going inside, and you'll see the best of it.
Heena's company is called Yuva Soul. You can check them out on yuvasoul.com. That is their website. And it's such an interesting concept that has been made to form a modern day kind of cool, outlook and approach on the same. Heena, this has been ultra cool to kind of get you on the show and kind of chat with you. And I wish you and your company all the very, very best. Thanks so much for stopping by. And thank you for being part of the show.
Pleasure is all mine.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on more content.